Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my little cozy corner of the internet. So I just decided to start a random vlog today because there are so many times throughout the week where I'm like, oh, I wish I was vlogging this. Then I never started a vlog, so it'd be weird if I just started in the middle of something. But anyway, that's why I decided to start. Look at how cute these earrings are. They're little daggers that my mother-in-law got me for my birthday, and I'm obsessed with them. I will link them down below, and they're my new everyday thing. I also got a new chair that I'm obsessed with. It doesn't scream every time I move, which is really exciting. I will also link this because I'm obsessed with it. So I just wanted to give a few updates. First of all, it was my birthday on Tuesday. I'm 29. What in the world? I now understand what old people meant when they were like, I still feel like I'm 22. No, literally though. My best friend Mia made me the most beautiful cake in the whole world. It's like a fairy tale, and I love it so much, and it's so delicious. It's strawberry rhubarb buttercream, and it is so good. I can only eat very tiny pieces at a time though because it's so incredibly rich, but oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I wish I could keep it forever. Even though it was a birthday gift, I'm still making her a gift in return. I'm gonna make her a really beautiful crochet bralette that is a corset tie back thing. If you've never seen my bestie, this is a picture of us that I have on my desk. Look how cute we are. She's my best friend. Another update, I crocheted another bralette recently that I'm very excited about. I haven't tried it on yet, but I'm pretty confident it'll fit. It's super cute. I love it so much. It's made out of cotton, and it's just a really pretty color pattern. I love, the earthy tone. I'm not huge into super bright colors. Mia is, which is why I'm making her that rainbow colored one. She loves all things super bright and crazy and juxtapositions. But yeah, I wanted to start this vlog today because this weekend we're going to be set up at the Annandale Flea Market here in Minnesota. So I figured I'd take you guys along with me during that. And like I said, I wish I had you guys with me the last few days because I've gotten some really amazing things for my birthday. Did a lot of stuff in our backyard, which is really exciting. Last year we decided not to mow our lawn at all, and we were just kind of trusting the process because when you do that, it'll cultivate more perennial flowers and plants and stuff. So we just let it be last year, and like I said, we were kind of just trusting the process because it wasn't super pretty, but I'm so glad we did because this year we have wildflowers everywhere. Most of our yard is being filled with creeping Charlie, which I don't understand why a lot of people don't like it because it's invasive, but it's beautiful. It only gets so tall, and it has really pretty leaves and purple flowers all over it, and it's overtaking our backyard. I'm obsessed with it. I'm so excited, and it's edible. And then I also want to harvest some dandelions so that I can make some tea and bread and jelly and syrup and all the things. I actually am gonna grab some books that I got for my birthday. One second. But seriously, this chair is the best. So the first book that I freaked out when I opened this, and this is from my dear friend Megan over at the Ginger Hobbit on Instagram. I've mentioned her on here before. I just love her so much, and we haven't had super deep conversations, but she's just one of those people where I'm I don't know what it is, but I just love you. But she is really sweet, and we have a lot of the same values as far as we both love Jesus, which is really comforting to find. But anyway, she got me a beautiful book for my birthday. Look how pretty this copy is of obviously Anne of Green Gables. It's so beautiful. I have a confession. I have never read Anne of Green Gables before. I think I started it when I was in elementary school or middle school. It's so beautiful, and I'm so excited to read it. I don't know if I want to read it soonish because we still have spring weather. It's overcast and rainy outside right now, or if I want to wait until next year. There's a garbage truck driving by. Please don't look at me. Okay, so these are the books that my mother-in-law got me. First one I've had on my TBR, I think since it came out, mostly because cover by A Dream of Stars and Darkness. Look at how stunning that is. Of course, not really sure what it's about. Next one, so these two are by the same author, The Girl Who Once Thrived and The Unexpected Chosen. So I actually found these in a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and somebody had posted in there requesting book recommendations that are like Christian fantasy, and the author is actually part of this group, and she was like, I'm actually an author and I've written a couple books that are fantasy, but they have a lot of like heavy biblical allegories. She was never supposed to be like this, but a collision of spheres has changed everything. The unexpected chosen have come, and the girl who once thrived will endure a journey like none before. So it sounds very like action filled, but I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited to read this. I love anything that has biblical allegories, as I'm sure you know if you've been here before. A devastated teenage girl chosen by the spheric valley, the ever-changing fantasy land and its mimicking world inhabited by dark creatures, broken mirror portals. Ooh. So they just sound really fun and different. This one I didn't get for my birthday, but I actually found it on my birthday in my bookshelves that I had no idea even existed. And it's called The Poison Thread. I think it's a dark, some kind of like gothic mystery or something like that. When this girl meets Ruth, she is faced with another strange idea that it is possible to kill with just a needle and thread. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Creepy and atmospheric. This book will disturb your sleep. Okay, so maybe I'll save this for like spooky season. It looks really interesting. Oh yeah, so a compelling slice of early Victorian Gothic. So if that's your vibe, this might be a good one to pick up. But it sounds creepy and fun. I can always tell by this tag that I got it from the dollar store. I must have gotten it a long time ago. And then last book, I actually got this last year, but since I mentioned everything that's like been growing in our yard and stuff, I wanted to recommend this book, The Forager's Guide to Wild Foods. I think I might have talked about this on here before. I'm not sure, but it's by Nicole Apelian. Not sure how to say her name, but she has a couple books. I have her other one called Forager's Guide to Herbal Remedies, I think it is. It's exactly what it sounds like, but she is amazing. She had like, I think 2 like autoimmune disorders or something like that, and she like healed herself from eating like the plants and stuff that grow around her home or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but she has a ton of testimonies on it, and so she just talks about like any plant that you'll find around your house, like this is the part that's edible, this is the part that's not, this is a recipe that you can use with it. So that's where I got the information that the creeping Charlie all over our backyard is actually edible, the leaves are, and then the dandelion, of course, like everything about a dandelion is pretty much edible. Anyway, I just wanted to recommend those. I'm sorry, this is like the longest intro ever, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I want to be very like casual with my vlogs, because for a while I was very inspired by my favorite booktuber that I'm not going to mention because I don't want this to sound like an insult, because it's not, but her vlogs are very like organized and beautifully set up and very like cinematic, and I love that. But I kind of had to realize that like I'm not always going to be that way, and that's okay. Like it's okay if my vlogs are very casual. Like I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I just woke up like an hour ago, so it's okay to start a vlog like this. I don't have to put pressure on myself. Now, mind you, I did say like last year that I want to be more presentable and put together, and I completely believe that, and I still am sticking to that, but it's just a matter of how. And like right now I feel good. I'm wearing these beautiful cotton linen pants that I'm obsessed with. I love this shirt. It fits well. It's comfortable. I think my hair doesn't look too bad. I washed it yesterday. I feel presentable even though I'm not wearing makeup. So anyway, long explanation that you guys probably didn't need. I am going to get back to work. Steven will be back home with coffee and breakfast. He's just the best. And I will catch up with you guys either later today or tomorrow when we're at the flea market.
significant light, just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merchant change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn, and when we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Cha-cha-cha.
A significant light, just what it was needed, gleamed in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody is losing. The sparrows will be here by dawn, when we find it's over, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Hello friends! Okay, so it has been a few days, but I wanted to show you guys what I have made. I still have to label this, but this is the salve that I'm making. So this is the dandelions, and then I filled it with almond seed oil. You can use olive oil, or you could use jojoba oil, or some people call it jojoba, but I call it jojoba oil. And I'm gonna let this like saturate for probably a few weeks. Some people only do a few days, but I want it to really saturate, so I might leave it for a few weeks. And then I will melt it in, I will strain it and then melt in the oil that's left over with coconut oil and probably beeswax. I'm debating whether I want to add shea butter or not, but I feel like I might not. But then I will pour those into little tins that I got from the dollar store, or maybe my leftover beeswax cream jars that I get from Foraged Fields, and it will be my own little dandelion salve. I will post some links down below of different things that it can be used for. And then I have the dandelion tincture cooking up here. I did date this one, so I will remember. So as you saw, I just fill the jar up about 3/4 of the way, and then I top it off with vodka. I believe that 80 proof, I think, is what you want to have for it. You can use gin, you can use whiskey. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. I just use straight vodka, Everclear, whatever, but this is the vodka tincture. So this has a shelf life of a long time. If you don't open it, you can leave it sitting like this for like 10 years if you wanted to. From my understanding, that's what I've learned. When I open it, it has a shelf life of 1 to 2 years. So I probably won't open this until I want to use it. And when that time comes, it'll probably be, you know, this fall or winter. If any of us gets like the sniffles or whatever, you would just strain it out and then just use it like a regular tincture. If you don't use tinctures, I started using Earthly's. That was the first one that I started with, and I will leave that link down below if you want to browse some of their tinctures, but this is pretty much a similar thing. I do use parchment paper at the top because alcohol will corrode, I think, corrode your jar tops, so put parchment paper in the top if you have any. But yeah, look how pretty it is. And obviously vodka is clear, and look how much that's already starting to saturate the liquid. And then every few days or every few weeks, just give it a nice little plop so that you're moving things around and getting all the goodness out of the dandelions. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but dandelion is good for like everything. It's good for your heart, it's good for your liver, it's good for your eyes, it's good for your skin, it's good for like just everything. Dandelion is amazing. Now mind you, I'm only using the flowers and the tops in these, but there are incredible medicinal uses also for the roots. You can make coffee out of the roots, you can make tinctures with the roots as well. Obviously I have not done that here because I got most of my dandelions from my neighbor's yard and I didn't want to like dig up holes in his yard. I'm gonna wait to get dandelions from our yard until we have a fence up. I will have like a little dedicated garden area because we have dogs and they pee on things. So I'm not gonna try to use our dandelions right now for my stuff. So just keep that in mind. Now it's not like you can't use them if you have dogs, but you'd have to like thoroughly wash them and get them from a spot where maybe your dogs don't go as often. And I don't think our dogs have really peed on ours because they're like in the middle of the yard and our dogs usually like go to the perimeter, but whatever, I don't want to risk it. A lot of people don't wash their dandelion. I did though because we live in a sandy kind of an area because the lake is like right there. So our yard is a lot of sand, and with sand come a lot of ants. So I did have to clean ours off. So yeah, that is how I am foraging my dandelions. I am gonna make another one of these with olive oil because like I said, I used sweet almond oil and it's like almost not enough. So I am going to harvest some more later and make another one of those with olive oil, and then I think I'm going to harvest more later also to make cookies. Honey infused garlic is so good for you. Garlic is like the miracle food for people. I mean, especially for your heart and your blood. I mean, if your heart and your blood and your liver are all good, then you're like you've got good health, you know? Even taking it every few days if you're not sick is still incredibly healthy for you. And then I think I'm gonna make some garlic oil as well. Similar to this, I'm gonna fill, and you don't use as much when you make these with garlic. You don't fill it up like this much with garlic. You only do like this much because garlic is so incredibly strong. Fill it up with garlic a little bit and then top it off with olive oil, and I'm going to keep that on hand as well because it's also good for pains. You can rub garlic oil on your like nerves if you have nerve pain, on your sciatica, on the bottom of your feet to help detox. And also garlic oil is great to have on hand if you get ear infections or if your kids get ear infections. As long as the eardrum isn't blown with ear infections, you can just drop a few drops of garlic oil and that'll clear you right on up. So yeah, that is some of the fun natural harvesting things, foraging things that I've been doing the last couple days. I'm pretty excited about these. I think I'm just gonna keep them on my shelf in my kitchen in a dark, cool place, not above the stove or the oven or anything like that. I did film a lot of this vlog on my phone, like literally all of it except for the first clip, and this last clip has been on my phone pretty much, so I hope the quality hasn't suffered. I like filming on my phone way more than on a camera. It's so much easier, it's so much more mobile, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think I might start doing that a lot more. I wasn't before because I felt bad like the quality would drop, but honestly I feel like a lot of the time you can't even tell. So I hope you guys don't mind that. I also don't think I mentioned that I started Once Upon a Broken Heart and I'm really liking it so far. It's not at all what I expected and I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me very strong like Alice in Wonderland vibes. I'm really liking Evangeline's character so far, and Jack's. I'm not really that far. I'm only at the part where she's like about to go to the ball in the north. So I'm like still pretty much at the beginning, but I'm really liking it a lot. It's also very like steampunk vibes too. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but that's like how I'm envisioning things, which this is my first story that kind of has that vibe to it. So I'm really excited about it. But anyway, yeah, this has been a weekend with me. Not super typical because we don't usually have like those flea markets all the time, but we usually go a few times throughout the summer so that Steven can set up and sell his antiques because my house is packed. Along with Mother's Day yesterday, it was also Steven's birthday. Anyway, so yeah, I've been blabbing, so I'm just gonna cut myself off right here before I keep going. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I also wanted to show you guys my sweet shirt. It's the Wanderlust Book Club shirt from I think Book Babe Design Shop on Instagram. I followed her quite a while ago and I love her stuff. We actually have we have really similar creative process. Like a lot of my doodles that I've kind of done really remind me of hers. So it's kind of fun to find somebody that has like a really similar art style and aesthetic. But yeah, anyway, I really loved it and I wanted to show it off. I have some fun creative projects that'll be coming up over the next few weeks that I'm like over the moon excited about. Anyway, about me cutting myself off. Weekend in my life. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm very excited to just keep coming out with more casual content of just being myself. I will still be doing like the occasional more aesthetically pleasing cinematic stuff, but I'm really enjoying this whole casual vlogging thing because a lot of my favorite YouTubers do that and I just really love the style. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so very much and I will see you in my next video. Bye!